For the first time in Jello Cup Series history, the first time in 5 seasons, Zen Joltis will not host the championship race. Instead, it is one of the final races before the Jello Cup Series playoff. We are here today. Hello guys, and welcome here to, I believe it's race number 22 here today from the Zen Joltis Speedway. Actually, might even be race 23. So anyway, I'm Brian James here in the booth. Happy New Year to you all. Hope you guys enjoyed your holiday season. Hopefully you all stayed safe, avoided the Rona, because we are back here today at Zen Joltis Mega Speedway. Michael Collins, he will start from the pole today. To his outside will be that number 7 of Brandon Harris, who was so close to winning last race at Homestead. So you know he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder entering today. Of course, after today, we've only got a few more races until the end of the regular season. Of course, the Seagrams 400 today is what we got, and it is race number 22. We will be back on Saturday at Kentucky, and of course, after this race, we got 5 more races to go, I believe. No, 4 more races to go. I'm still getting caught up on the math here. But we got 4 more races to go from here. Of course, next race we will have a playoff outlook for you. We will try to show you that every race after this one, so that way you guys know when the races, or you know, who's in, who's out as of right now. Because at the end of this month, we will be determining the playoff picture, or we will be determining the 16 drivers that will make up the Jello Cup Series playoffs. Of course, this track is kind of one of the final wild cards. Of course, we got Canadian Tire coming up, but this is a huge wild card. This is a chance, really, for those guys who haven't been that strong on the mile and a half, haven't been that strong on the short tracks, haven't been that strong on the road courses. This is their chance to make up some ground here today. And who will do just that? We are going to find out here in a moment. I don't want to carry on too long. Let's show you first, though, your knockout qualifying results on your screen. Front of our Austin Shaw, Giorgio Stumu, Jody Shane Davis, Dan Hummel, Rusty Potts, and Max Anderson all advanced to the race. So some names you haven't seen in a few races, maybe since the All-Star race or Showdown. But great to see them back in the field during a points-paying race. Let us roll the intro, though, and we'll be back with your starting lineup here on GCN in just a moment.
You are watching the Gaming Collaboration Network, home of the Jello Cup Series.
Oh man, through turns 3 and 4, we're going to have ourselves another moto finish, and I believe this time the 43 Tim Randolph will win at Daytona.
The Lift National Series. Here we go. They make their way through turn 3 and 4. The pace car will peel off. And for the first time ever, the Lift National Series is green here at Daytona. The Hitachi Truck Series. And here we go. The pace truck is gonna peel off. And for the first time ever in GCN history, we have a truck series, and we are underway under the lights here at Daytona in Tuesday night heat. Your GCN presentation starts right now.
Welcome back, guys. Let's take a look at your starting lineup that is on the left-hand side of your screen. Of course, there are probably many favorites in this race. You know, Diego Yepes won a championship at this track. It was the season he was really good on the quicker places to be a favorite. Dustin Davis, he's been cold the last few races. He hasn't finished better than 19th in the last 3 events. Does he finally get some traction? That's going to be the big question. The pace car will peel off. Michael Collins, Brandon Harris. They'll lead us to the green flag. We're underway at Zen Joltis. The other question entering here, is there less pressure now? Because last time we were here, 4 drivers were battling for a title. And you see right there, no pressure whatsoever. But they are going to go 4 wide. That might raise the blood pressure. 3 wide for the lead. And Nate Rattray will take advantage of it. Of course, he is looking for his 3rd win this season. He could very well do it here today. Of course, a rounded off oval or a rounded off square here is the makeup of this track. Now normally we show you the helicopter cam here, but because we don't have a championship really to show you, we're just going to let you stay on this camera for now, but we might flip to the helicopter cam. Of course, again, we have noted in our weekly updates in the past, we have noted, I have heard your complaints. We will be adding overtime to the playoffs, but for now, of course, it'll only be tracks like this that will have overtime at our dispense. And many of you, as you see, Nate Rattray will lead the opening lap. I'm sure many of you are questioning, why isn't this race the championship race anymore? Let me put it this way. We got enough NR 2003 leagues that use Zen Joltis as a championship. Why not make this series stand out and use Ricky Raceway? Sometimes you just can't go with the flow. You got to be a leader, not a follower. That's my advice to you all. Don't necessarily take all my advice. But again, after this we go to Kentucky, then we go to Nashville. Then we have our final road course race of the regular season at Canadian Tire. Then we've got our regular season championship race, and that will be at Indianapolis. But it could all be decided before Indianapolis. Keep in mind, right now it's a 2-man battle. Really, actually, not even really a battle. But Dustin Davis there in that number 5, he's already got the points lead. And he's leading by over 70 points. He could very well lock it up. Keep in mind his magic number entering Indy to lock up that regular season championship is 88 points, because that race is a double points race. So he could very well shut it down for everybody else before then, but he needs to get some good runs going. He's up to 12th. We'll see what he can do. Up front, though, Nate Rattray is about to lead over Matt Dixon. Another guy in the foray there, that's the 35 of Chase Miller. Keep in mind, that 35 has already won on restrictor plates this season, so you can't exactly rule him out of the picture. Here goes the 41, though, with help from that 88. This is probably the biggest super speedway race we will run all season. Because again, Ricky Raceway is slightly shorter than Daytona. It's more of a Michigan on, I guess a Michigan on steroids, if that's what you want to, if that's what you want to call it. Of course, a banked pit entry too, which is, or banked pit exit, I should say. Of course, we won't have to worry about that when the Jello Cup Series goes there for the championship. But again, there are a lot of guys feeling the pressure entering today. One of them as I want to look back here, that number 27, keep an eye on him, Alexander Rowe. He is definitely one of the guys that is feeling the pressure right now. Keep in mind, Alexander Rowe is one of the guys who needs a win to make the playoffs. So he needs to get the lead. He needs to get it right away. So we'll see if Alexander Rowe can do that. Of course, it is now 2021. Maybe his luck will change. Some of these guys are coming back from 2 weeks off. They could be saying to themselves, hey, maybe I got to look at this as the glass is half full. This is a new year. This is kind of a new season, if you want to call it that. Because you've had 2 weeks to essentially hit the refresh button. Just the points haven't changed. So maybe for some of these guys, this is a brand new opportunity. You know, new year, new me. You've heard that saying before. I've said it well, actually, I more say new year, same me, but we'll see who that applies to, who that doesn't apply to, of course. And of course, if there is no new year and new you, you can blame me for recording this in 2020 because I'm recording this a week before Christmas. Dick Clark continues to lead here. That 8 of Eric Faden is trying to get second. He's not really got much help behind him compared to that 96 and the 41 up top. Now the bottom lane's starting to get a little bit of traction. That's the thing. If it doesn't get organized here, here's the thing. You really need it to be organized around you the whole time. Because that's the only way to make a run at the leader. Like how it was unorganized for the last lap or so, you know, that allows a leader to essentially, you know, control both packs, essentially. So you'll see it right here. Dick Clark's able to play the game a little bit. He doesn't have to worry about someone challenging him just yet. But he can pull that bottom lane in. He could also pull that top lane in. You never know. But the difference between Daytona and Talladega is he's got a lot more ground to block. It's not like he can just block 1 lane, block 2 lanes, block 3 lanes. Effectively, he might have to block like 6 or 7 lanes that are available to these guys at a given time. And I guess the big question is, in this race, how confident are you? Are you confident that you can win at these next 4 tracks? Or is this really your go for broke moment in these final 5 races? That's the big question. For someone like Alexander Rowe, I imagine it's a go for broke moment. I mean, Canadian Tire could be a win for him. He's won on road courses before. But maybe for him, this can be considered his go for broke moment. Keep in mind, he has not looked good at all this season. He's, you know, a win would be a huge break for them. But of course, I keep saying it. Oh, we got a wreck behind. Chase Miller around. Jordan Anderson. Max Anderson's up there. They avoid it. So does the 14, thankfully. But the caution is out there, racing back to the line. And there we go, 10 laps to go. We had the big one. The first caution of 2021. Let's go see what happened. Just cutting it way too close. I mean, this is a track where you could go 4 wide. I don't know about 5 wide. That was cutting it really close. And you see there, Dallas Jordan, Austin Shaw, they collect each other. They go up into Chase Miller, Jordan Anderson, Joshua Sucully involved in that. Brandon Harris might have gotten a piece of it. Really, the main car with a lot of damage right now is that 78 of Jordan Anderson. That's a tough break for that team. This is a team trying to get into the top 30. They're going to need a lot to go their way the next 3 to 4 races here to even be in position to do just that. We'll take you back to the green. Here we go. We get ready for the restart here. I believe we are entering turn 3 right now. It'll be Dick Clark in first, Nicky Martinez in second, Dustin Davis in third, Alexander Rowe in fourth, Nate Ratchery fifth, Jody Shane Davis sixth, Eric Faden in seventh, Nathan Faden in eighth, Mitchell Collins in ninth, and Matt Dixon in 10th. I mentioned those as we enter turn 3. Yes, it is. I mentioned earlier those go for broke moments. Who feels they're in the position these next 5 races that this is their only chance to get into the playoffs? Who's sitting here maybe saying, yeah, we could get a win, but we more need the points. We don't necessarily, we just need to survive. That's the big thing. Who's sitting there thinking that? I mentioned before that wreck, Alexander Rowe, for him seeing how bad his season has been, I believe this is his go for broke moment. If I'm looking through that top 10, the go for broke moments are Alexander Rowe, Eric Faden, and probably Mitchell Collins. If I had to highlight 3, maybe Nicky Martinez in second. Okay, Jody Shane Davis, she just wants to win. She's got nothing to lose. Okay, Matt Dixon, I think he's still up front in the points. He might not have a concern if he can close some points on that 5. We'll see what happens. So the green flag waves were back underway. And the other thing now is, like I said, the caution may have been the last thing Dick Clark wanted to see, because now, if a lane can get organized, they could overtake him. The other question will be, how up to speed will that 78 be? And so far, he's up to speed. The problem is that 32. How much, how bad is it for him? Okay, we mentioned go for broke moments as well. I said Alexander Rowe, Eric Faden, possibly Mitchell Collins. I guess I'd have to ask for Dustin Davis, is this a go for broke moment for him too? Keep in mind, he has not finished. In the last 3 races, his best finish is 19th place. If you go last 4, he's got a best finish of about 11th or 12th. Well below his average prior to that. He is on a cold streak. Okay, if he wins, he is very much in contention, if not in the playoffs. If, like I said, if he wins that regular season championship, he's in the playoffs. If he wins a race, maybe doesn't make the regular season, or doesn't win the regular season championship, maybe he's, like I said, just too much can happen for him in these next 5 races. His teammate, though, leading the race. And I think it might be safe to say Dick Clark might have just led the most laps. And if in fact he does, that's good for him. Because again, we mentioned 5 playoff points is not going to solidify you, and 6 is pushing it. You get like 7, 8, 9 playoff points, you should be safe. For Dick Clark, this playoff point could really help him out. But again, as you look on back, Jody Shane Davis is closing in. She wants the win. of course, Jody Shane Davis not really fighting for anything. She's not going to make the playoffs no matter what happens. I think she's just too far out of it to make any sort of impact on that playoff picture. But a win, you know, here's the thing. With the way our system works for the top 33, a win is good. But if Jody Shane Davis wins this race, if she wins another one later, she gets 2 wins, that 47, oh, caution's out again. But if she wins 2 races, that 47 is locked in for next season into the top 33. Charles Sanford might have been involved in something. And if Charles Sanford was, keep in mind, he's a guy who's always a favorite at these restrictor plates. If he's out of this race, he's going to have a lot of work to do these next 4 races. He's going to have to find a way to be good on something other than a restrictor plate. Let's go see what happened. Kind of the same thing here, just some tight racing. And you see there the 12 Max Anderson slides up. Ricky Johnson slides down, and just chaos ensues from there. Everyone's up the track. The 03 took a lot of hits back there. The 11 hard into the wall, your pole sitter. But what exactly happened? Oh, Charles Sanford just spun up into the wall. That's a tough break. Oh, he got hit by the 43 as well, your Pocono winner. One of your Pocono winners, Scott Upton. Tough break all around. Let's take you back to the green. Here we go. We are getting ready for the restart. We're in turn 2 right now. But it is Dick Clark leading the race. In second, we got Jody Shane Davis. Third is Matt Dixon. Fourth is Alexander Rowe. Fifth is Dustin Davis. Sixth is Nikki Martinez. Seventh is Eric Faden. Eighth is Nate Ratchery. Ninth is Mitchell Collins. And 10th is Nathan Faden. And 11th is Giorgio Stumu. 12th is Frodemar Otts. 13th is Dan Hummel. 14th, Diego Yepes. 15th, Zach Fitzwater. 16th, Max Anderson. 17th, Samet Ozkan. 18th is Dylan Young. So the 3 Penske cars back here. 19th is Dallas Jordan. 20th is Tyler Faden. We're going to go green here with 4 laps of racing to go. And I should remind everybody, this is a race where we do have overtime at our dispense. So could overtime determine the finish of the race? It's very possible. Again, we mentioned Jody Shane Davis in that second position. Keep in mind, these go or go homers, they may not be battling for, to be in the playoffs, but they are battling to get into the top, to get those cars locked into the top 33 this season and next season and avoid the draw. Because keep in mind, charters 17 through 20 are a random draw. Are highest in points or 2+ wins. They could be vying for that. But here we go. Green flags back out. We're back underway. Dick Clark has led most of the way, but here comes Matt Dixon now in that 41. Keep an eye on that 27 as well, and the 5 back there. Don't rule those guys out. And I'm going to say this as well, don't rule out Dustin Davis. This could be his big shot at a victory. And Alexander Rowe, he knows how to win championships here, but does he know how to win a race here? Could Jody Shane Davis channel her inner. Ricky Stenhausen went on a restrictor plate. Here she goes, looking for the lead. Here comes the 27. They're going to go side by side in a battle for the lead. And that high lane is trying to help Dick Clark the best they can. Again, there's got to be a sense of urgency right now if you're in that 27. Here we go. Jody Shane Davis moves up high. She takes over the race lead. 2 laps of racing to go. Here goes Alexander Rowe. The defending champ looking for the lead with help from Matt Dixon. Can he get it? He doesn't have help behind. Jody Shane Davis does. Now the 95 moves into position to help. But now neither of them really have help. Here comes the 25, Dan Hummel. I mentioned in a Lift National race at Quarter Slammer how much it would mean for Dan Hummel to get a victory. He has come so close, but he has never won in NR, to my knowledge. Don't rule him out. This is anybody's race right now. Here comes the 21 of Mitchell Collins. Another guy who I said it's go for broke here. And a guy back there as well, that 4 of Zach Fitzwater. Keep this in mind. Zach Fitzwater is trying to gain as many points on that 5 as he can. A win would do it. Not to mention to put him up top the all-time wins list would be something huge for him. This time 2 laps to go. Jody Shane Davis leads them to the line. And that 27's got to be saying, come on, someone back here, give me a hand. But everybody is fend for themselves right now, it looks like. And those Chevys are just working so well together, and it looks like they're going to clear the 27. The Chevy showing their muscle here as Jody Shane Davis takes over the race lead. An upset could be pending. The other question we can't rule out, and I don't want to jinx it, but do we get a late race caution? Because if we get a caution before the white, the race is over. And we'll see, can the Fords get aligned? Right back there as well, Jody Shane Davis's teammate, Alexander Rowe's teammate, Dallas Jordan. But here we go. The Fords are aligned. Can they make something happen? Will we get a caution? Can we get a reset? The white flag is out. It's 1 lap of racing to go at Zen Joltis, presented by Mitchell's Memes. Alexander Rowe is fighting for his life right now. But Jody Shane Davis could pull off the season's biggest upset. Here we go. We go into turn 2 this time. That 27 needs a lot of help. But the longer we go, the harder it gets for that 27 to make anything happen. Just look at how well those Chevys are aligned. And you see there, no real help behind. As we head off into turn 4 this time, someone's got to give that 27 a push to give him a shot. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. Through turn 4, a slow car ahead. That could have an impact on everything. Oh, Jody Shane Davis slowed down, but she's still going to win the race here at Zen Joltis. Oh, man. A lap traffic moment presented by Fitzwater's Angriness. Jody Shane Davis wins it by a fender over the defending champion. And that has got to sting. If you are Alexander Rowe, you did all you could to keep that, or to box in that 47 behind the 11. And the go or go homer, Jody Shane Davis, she can't really make the playoffs. But she just pulled off a huge upset on all these guys who were going for broke. Caution is out. It won't matter. The race is over. Keep in mind that 47 gets one more win. JTG Doherty will be guaranteed to have a car in for the first 5 races. They're just one win away from that mark. And how's about Dustin Davis ending his cold streak? He comes home with a 9th place finish and should extend that points lead at a very crucial point in the season. We want to thank you for watching. We're going to show you results and standings, and we'll be back here on Saturday night when the Jello Cup Series takes on the Kentucky Motor Speedway. Until then, goodbye everyone.